What is going on, guys? Welcome to Rev and Step. Don't mind the back noise, but I have an interesting video for you guys today. I know they've made a lot of videos like that online, how to install the N gauge, especially putting in your vents. Obviously I have the Bullitt, so it comes with the Performance Pack 1 gauges. I want to install the N gauge over here. I have not tuned my car yet, but I have the N gauge left over from my old car. So here it is. And a lot of people put the N gauge in this vent or their middle vent to look more, I guess, in the center. However, I was concerned about one thing. And my concern was what happens with the condensation from the AC, because I'll have to block the vent or the actual piping that goes to the vent. I didn't want to do that. A lot of people say, oh, I put a towel in there. However, that holds condensation from the AC or from the cold air. And I live in Florida, so I use the AC all the time. So I didn't want to completely block the vent by putting the N gauge in there. Also, if you put a towel in, if the condensation happens, in a way I feel like it's going to create mold or it's going to start smelling. So I wanted to do something different, and I was actually searching on Etsy. I googled a lot and I found this little guy on Etsy, and you guys can see basically, let me see if I can show you better. So with my search, what I was able to find is this little 3D printed mount, I guess, if you want to call it that, on Etsy. And what it has is, if you guys can see over here, I'm not sure if you guys can see on the camera very well, but it has these like little holes in here. So what happens is, once this thing is mounted in the pot itself, these little holes are gonna help the condensation or the air come out, so you're still not completely losing the AC, or you're not losing the cold air. It's a very simple design. It's just the actual mount, I guess, that goes into the pot, the AC pot, and then it's like a little magnet. It has a little magnet you guys can see on the side over here, and it just snaps on like that. It's just like a completely simple, seamless move. So enough talk, let's get into actually installing the N gauge or fitting the N gauge into the vent over here. I'm gonna show you from the beginning to the end. You don't really need any tools other than your hands. I've never taken this out, so it's gonna be my first time, so I might have to force it a little bit, but I'm gonna show you, in my opinion, what I think is the best way to approach this without breaking any of the vents and making it super simple. It shouldn't be more than 10, 15, 20 minute install. It might take me a little bit longer because of me holding the camera or trying to set everything up. However, I'm gonna try and like limit that time for you guys and just show you the action. So let's get with it. So here's what I think the best way to do it, and the best way is to start from this trim right here. But the best way to get rid of this, instead of you know, like manhandling it and prying it from this side, pop your glove box just like that, and you can see, and that gives you, some people say you can take this down. There's a little lever that you can release this and just pop these things in or out, and this whole thing comes out. But I have a lot of stuff in my glove box, nothing important, maybe some numbers, some addresses. I'm just kidding, there's nothing important in there. But I don't really, you know, honestly, I don't really need to take this whole door down. I can just pry this out. So let me see where I can set you guys up. I'll put you on my leg, get a better view. Hopefully you guys don't fall through. But here it is. You just pry this little door. But don't be afraid to use a little bit of force. Again, you guys saw I pried on it a little bit more. It's hot out here, so you got to be careful with the plastic too. But that's it. This is the little piece, and it was really easy. So now comes the hard part, which is this piece right here. And I think this piece will be a lot more difficult because it has a lot of clips going all the way through everywhere, and I don't want to damage any of them. So I'm going to start prying from here and make my way all the way through here. So let's see if I can do it with one hand. I really don't want to use only one hand because, you know, I might break something. I want to use two hands to properly, you know, have more area or surface area covered. I'm gonna put you guys down so I don't break anything. Whew. So this took 2 minutes. I'm already sweating. Florida is really hot, but this is what it looks like. So I took the plastic out. Again, if you have the Performance Pack, there is a little cable that you have to disconnect. Let me see if I can do it without looking. Actually, yeah, it's really simple. You just gotta press. And that comes out just like that. Again, simple disconnect. It has a little clip on the back. You just press down on it. See if you can guys see it. Just press down and it comes out. If you don't have the Performance Pack and if you don't have these gauges, you won't have to worry about this. let's see if we actually broke any clips. I believe something flew off, but let's hope we're all right. So if you guys can tell, there's blue clips. This is obviously the driver's side, on the blue clips with the gauges. There's the yellow clips. I believe we might have lost one here and one here. So we've lost 2 clips. I gotta find them. I think one flew in the glove compartment box, and I think I see it. It's over here. Yep. There's a little clip. I'm just gonna put it back in its place. Well guys, I can't really find this clip over here. Not a big deal. I believe it's on this side and this side, but this little big trim piece that we have over here, it's gonna support that side, so I'm not too worried about rattles. However, we didn't break anything. There might be another clip. So I honestly, I think this one and that one might not have these yellow clips, because these are the yellow clips here, then you have the blue clips here. Anyway, too much about clips. Let's continue with this. So what I want to do is let me flip it over. Oh, it's a big piece. But here are the gauges. I want to put the actual end gauge from this side, which is going to be closer to the driver's side. I think it's going to look better than being all the way over here. So I'm going to put it over there. Again, as I said, what people have done previously is they add a towel, they put a towel in here or a block or something and block it off. But then again, it creates condensation. I want the air to come out so it dries everything behind here, so it doesn't leak or nothing like that, or create mold. The following step is to remove this this pot right here, the vent pot that goes over there. Be very careful. These are super easy to break. I just pressed on this very little. Let me see if you can focus. On this little piece right here, and it just snapped off. All you have to do is just gently press on it and push down the whole pot itself, and it comes out. So just like that, you just take it out and it comes off. And this is it. So now comes the true test. I want to see how this specific pod or holder, whatever you want to call it, the end gauge mount, how it's going to fit in the vent and how it's going to look. I had to put you guys down for a minute. I couldn't do this by holding the camera and using one hand, but it's very simple install. You just force this in here where that will go, and you can see how it leaves a lot of space for air to come out. Once the end gauge is in, it leaves a lot of space for air to come out, so no condensation will be ever presented back there. And then you can see 2 little clips. There's a clip here, there's a clip right here, so it's super solid. It holds the whole piece without a problem. It doesn't move anywhere. So I'm really happy so far with this. The last thing I have to do is wire the end gauge cable from the OBD port through here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this panel right here. I'm going to pull it down, and I'm going to fish the wire going from the bottom up. The reason why I want to do this from the bottom up is because the actual end gauge dongle, it's huge, it's massive. So trying to fish this through here, it's impossible. It's not going to happen. But fishing the business end of the dongle, which is this right here, or the business end of the wire, it will be a lot simpler. You guys can see I can just fit it through here or guide it or whatever and make it happen. With that being said, let me start working on that, and I won't waste your guys' time. I will just show you the kind of like the middle project, or almost the final project, or the final part. It's really hot. That's your Florida sun for you. Anyway, mid update, it actually was really easy. You don't have to, there's some videos that tell you that you have to take off this panel, that panel to guide the wiring. It's actually a lot simpler than that. Once you pop this panel right here, this thing just comes out like this. It's a few clips holding it. If you fish, so you plug in your OBD dongle right here. You plug it in, and then I don't know if you guys can see, but you can just pull the cable all the way through here, and then just grab the business end, fish it through, and just grab it from here. And then I'm trying to see, I hope you guys can see, I don't know how I'm holding this, but you pretty much, after you fish that through there, you're pretty much home. You just gotta figure out a way to deal with the rest of the cable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish setting up these wires, close this up, and I'll be back putting the final piece back there so you guys can see the final product. Don't you hate when you pinch yourself and it's not bleeding, but it's actually festering blood in there and you can move it around? Anyway, this is what it looks like so far. What I did is I put the cable all the way up in here, so I fished it all the way through. One thing I forgot to mention is the steering wheel. It's nice if you move it up and down because it gives you a lot of space. So you can do that so you can fish the wire through. But basically it came through here, there's plenty of space, so all I have to do now is pretty much put everything back in place. that's it. Again, don't forget to plug these guys in because that is very important. And the final step would be to connect the N-gauge and set it up. All right, you guys can see it's plugged in. It's getting constant power right now. I'm not sure why it should be off. There might be an issue, who knows, but we'll find out. So all you have to do is set it up. Again, it's a magnet, so this is what it looks like, and it doesn't really move at all. It's very solid. I believe this is worth the money. I believe I spent about 25 bucks for this specific mount, but you can see the air or the condensation won't happen up there. You can escape from these little holes, and you can see the N-gauge is working and it's fitted. It looks a little bit better. It's not as snug because if you use the 3M tape process, I guess it will be more like flush, kind of like these gauges, but I believe it looks better in a way. It's closer to you. It's kind of standing out so you can see it a little bit better. And all I have to do now left is make sure this power is off. I'm not sure why it's still constantly on. Maybe because the doors are open. I have no idea. But I have to finish. I have to put that final piece back there and just close this guy. Well, guys, this is the final product. Everything is intact. No clips were broken. This is what it looks like from the side a little bit. And there's the N-gauge, and it's working. Let me do this real quick, clean it up a little bit so it looks a little bit better. How's that? That looks a little bit better. And this, I love this shift knob. I'm very glad I got that. So what are my final thoughts about this install? It was a very simple install. There's plenty of videos online that you can guys see different methods to where you disassemble this whole front side, disassemble everything here. I don't think that's needed. You need probably 10 minutes and just your mittens. I just wanted to show you guys a different style to where the condensation won't be a worry if you guys are kind of anal like me. I believe this looks better. I believe it fits better. You can guys see it's not gonna move as much as if you use a 3M tape. It's not as flush, but it's good enough. The install again, super easy. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna like toy around with a little bit with the N-gauge. I'm not sure why it's not shutting off completely. Maybe I've changed the settings, maybe I've pressed something, but this is the N-gauge right now. I think it looks beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this gives you a different idea of what you can actually do with your car. In addition, the nice thing about this mount is you can pop it out and get to the SIM card. You don't really need to buy a cable like this, which is very, very beneficial. I like that a lot. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, I thought it was pleasurable and you learned something, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel, I would appreciate your subscription. That's helping out a lot. We're nearing 2,000 subscribers, so I hope we get there by the end of the year. That's my main goal. I think we can make it with you guys' support, and I'll see you guys later. Rev and Step out.